Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals tonight tips off at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on ESPN. Let's go on to the man on the call himself, the one and only Jeff Van Gundy. He'll be calling the game tonight. Coach, breaking news just came in a few minutes ago. Sprained MCL. Ivica Zubac is out for the Los Angeles Clippers. What does this mean for their chances tonight, sir?
Well, it further reduces their depth. He was playing very well at both ends of the floor. Gave them much needed size, offensive rebounds, which turned into second chance points. But I also think it opens up opportunities for the Clippers to commit completely to playing a smaller, more open lineup to keep the lane clear and uncluttered so that Paul George, Reggie Jackson can get in there and score and get better shots.
Well, Coach, you say what you just said. Is that your way of saying you think that has inhibited their offense to some degree, having big fellas in there like a Zubac or DeMarcus Cousins to a lesser degree, clogging that middle may have gotten in the way of their efficiency offensively?
Well, I thought it was a good move to go to Zubac in this series. Absolutely. I thought it was the right play. But with anything you're going to take away a little bit from another area. So while it helped their offensive rebounding, their screen setting, their defensive presence against Ayton, I think it did hurt their spacing. And I think it's incumbent on Paul George, though, Stephen, to take more responsibility to get higher quality shots. Think about it. The three top players in this series, George, Chris Paul, Devin Booker, not one of them is shooting over 40%.
Chris Paul is at 27% over the last 2 games, Coach. How aggressive do you believe he should be tonight?
Well, I think he's gotten good shots. People, I think, underestimate what being off 2 weeks does to your rhythm and your flow from an offensive standpoint. I think he's gotten quality shots. I think he's made some big hoops. But I think if he plays at a higher level of efficiency, it ends here tonight in Phoenix.
What about DeAndre Ayton, Coach? This guy's shooting 71% from the field. I think he's been pivotal in this series thus far. How would you describe his overall impact on this series?
He is so much improved from just a year ago, playing a much simpler, sounder game where he is playing off the stars of Booker and Paul and doing what he does best. He picks, he rolls, he catches, he runs, he rebounds, and gives them second chance points. And then defensively, he is trying exceptionally hard in his pick and roll coverage. I couldn't be more impressed with how much DeAndre Ayton has improved.
Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, Mike Breen on the call tonight. Game 5, Western Conference Finals right here on ESPN. Thank you, Coach. Appreciate your time as always, man.
Anytime.
Reggie Jackson, there he is. He's made 52 threes this postseason, the most of any player and the most in a postseason run in Clippers history. We welcome back Mike Wilbon. Mike Wilbon and Kendrick Perkins right here with me. You heard the news, Zubac is out. What does that mean for the Clippers in your estimation, Wilbon?
Well, I guess the optimistic news would you talk about strategically having that lane uncluttered, and particularly Paul George, as Jeff just described, having some space to work. And you know what? Who knows? Any little wrinkle that's different than you're expecting defensively and have planned for and have talked about during film session, could count in favor of the opposition. But 14 points, 13 rebounds. He's been good on the glass. He's been good inside. He has offered some resistance to Ayton, and goodness knows they need it because Ayton has probably been the best player overall in this series, Stephen A.
Perkins, your thoughts about Zubac being out. What does that mean for the Clippers in your estimation, sir?
Oh, it means that it's over. Look, Zubac is the only big and the only guy that could match DeAndre Ayton. Much respect to DeMarcus Cousins, but defensively, he's a liability. And here's why I disagree with Coach Van Gundy. Well, for the simple fact that, you could try to go small and do the spacing like they did against Utah, but the difference is with Ayton, he's athletic enough and he's mobile enough to stay in front of guards. And Phoenix does a hell of a job of loading up boxes and elbows and taking away driving gaps. They also do a hell of a job of getting on their high horse and rotating to those corners and helping the helper when it's time to rotate to three-point shooters.
Perkins, here's where I disagree with you and I side with Coach Van Gundy. I think by going small, that quickens the pace. It's going to facilitate you getting more open shots, not necessarily unclogging the lane and it being that big of a factor for Paul George to operate. But I think you're going to get up and down the court a bit quicker because I think whether Zubac or anybody else, you had no big that could run with DeAndre Ayton anyway. So to me, your best shot if you're the Los Angeles Clippers is to go small because that could create some opportunities. Wilbon, what do you say to that?
I think Phoenix is better if it's small, and I think Phoenix is better if it's quick. If you got pace, remember, that's what Monty Williams has been screaming at his team back to the previous series. Pace, let's get out. That helps Booker, get loose, get to the foul line because he's going to go all the way to the basket. I don't think small plays into the Clippers' favor, Stephen.
All right, what about you, Perk? Go back to your point.
Well, here's the thing with the pace, and first of all, in order to have pace, you got to be able to get stops. And Zubac did a great job of anchoring that defense and anchoring that middle with Patrick Beverly and Paul George being able to push up and hound those guards because he do a great job of verticality and blocking shots. You go small, you also open the lane up for the Phoenix Suns. And like Mike Wilborn just said, pace is what the Phoenix Suns want. Devin Booker is great at getting out in the open court. He don't get enough credit for how he gets out in transition.
I appreciate that lucid explanation, that intelligent explanation that Big Perk just gave me.
He always does.
But I still find myself looking at him, noticing that he disagreed with Coach Jeff Van Gundy, and I found myself saying, "Oh no, you didn't disagree with Coach Jeff Van Gundy. Oh no, you didn't, Big Perk." Let's go to my top 5. Number 5 on the list. Look at Chris Middleton put on that show in Game 4 last night, Game 3 last. I mean, this brother put on a show. 38 points, outscored the Hawks by himself.
He's the closer. He's the closer.
Hit it from the baseline, hit it from the wing, hit it from the key, pulling up jumper. Oh no, you didn't do that right in the ATL
yes, he did.
in front of all of those people. Chris Middleton. Oh no, you didn't. But Big Perk is right. Oh yes, you did. Yes, you. Let's get to number 4 on the list, please. Give it to me. The Clippers are down 2 with 5.8 seconds left. DeMarcus Cousins comes into the game. He's supposed to hit the rim, y'all, when you're missing a free throw on purpose. But he forgot the rule. Oh no, you didn't. Forget the damn rule, DeMarcus Cousins. Oh no, you didn't. You're supposed to hit the rim because if you don't hit the rim, obviously it's illegal, which obviously we all knew. They get the ball. The Phoenix Suns get the ball back, and ultimately the game is gone. No, you didn't forget the rule as a professional NBA
Hey, you know, like the Mo people say, God bless his heart. He didn't know no better, baby.
That's God bless his heart. Let's go to number 3 on the list, please. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, the brother of the Greek Freak. Here he is. There's a 3 from the goal. Why are you jumping to try to block that shot when you at the free throw line? Oh no, you didn't.
Distraction,
jump up for
Stephen
no
A.
reason. You're about 15 yards away from the plate. Oh no, you didn't do that. What are you doing? What are you trying to block right there? Jumping like he's doing jumping jacks.
Distraction.
15 feet away
So
from the
15
basket.
feet away.
So
Come
used
on,
to
man.
cheerleading on the sideline.
Clippers, right here. Look at this. Paul George cut the lead to 6. The crowd is going crazy after Paul George puts in this jumper. Mike Breen said Kawhi Leonard's going crazy. Oh no, you didn't lie to the public like that, Mike Breen. No, you didn't. That was Kawhi Leonard going crazy. No, it wasn't. He didn't move. Show no
That
reaction
is him
whatsoever.
going crazy.
Now I would say this. Mike Breen was clearly joking. He was just having fun because that ain't going crazy. No, you didn't do that. Oh no, you didn't. And let's go to number 1. Chris Paul, look at this move right here. Behind the back, between the legs, fall away jumper over Zubac. Oh no, you didn't sprain that man's MCL on that play. Oh no, you didn't. That's probably what sprained his MCL right there. Trying to dive to hit that, to block that shot. Didn't work. Didn't work at all. Chris CP3. Chris Paul.
Who said the mid-range was dead?
That's right. Special. Special. Look at Reggie Jackson right there, pulling up for those jump shots, y'all. If he hits jump shots tonight, Mike Wilbon, Clippers got a chance.
Like he did in Game 3.
I still believe. Barely.